Warning, spoilers are present in this podcast.
Third World Cinema Club.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Princess Kinok of Film Police Reviews. In this special episode of Third World Cinema Club for Women's Month, I've invited two wonderful women to co-represent the somewhat minority group na hindi naman dapat in the film industry and of pop culture industry here in the Philippines. So please welcome Ika Cheng and Karen May Rivera.
Hi!
So guys, whoever
Having
you are
us.
listening, thank you guys for accepting my invitation. So to whomever is listening on this episode, so this is actually our Women's Month special. So we will be having 3 episodes featuring discussions from me and this group. So kung namimiss niyo yung guys, next month na kayo bumalik. Char! And every other week kami maglalabas ng episode. So for this first episode, we're gonna talk about a really very special film because it's quite brutal, but it's historic in its own kasi it's George Romero's Mad Max.
George Miller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back.
Miller.
So it's George Miller's Mad Max, Fury Road, starring an ensemble of women and Mad Max himself played by Tom Hardy. So as suggested by Ika, so this is Ika's film basically. So backtrack lang guys. So the 3 of us, we've talked about films that we would like to talk about for Women's Month. So this first episode, first gathering, lakas Coven.
Coven, yeah.
So in this first gathering, Ika Cheng has selected Mad Max. So do the honor of introducing this film.
So, hi everyone. I chose Mad Max Fury Road because, it's been around for quite some time, but this film really resonated with me. I really like sci-fi and films and pop culture, and this one, Mad Max Fury Road, when it came out, it was like marketed as a really big action movie. But then, surprise, it had this really deep themes on feminism, which it came as a surprise, and it was really very some of the scenes even until now we still think about, and as I was reflecting on the movie before we did this discussion, I sort of did a rewatch also. It's sort of haunting because we're still in a pandemic, and then oil prices are skyrocketing, and then Mad Max Fury Road is set in a post-apocalyptic world wherein they just came from an oil war and water war, so it's really parang talaga, and then yung situation natin ngayon na very parang patungo na tayo doon, and there's also war in between Ukraine and Russia, so very it's sort of reflective of today's time. So parang sabi ko, it's magandang movie rin to discuss. Kasi yun nga, it's not new but it's still very relevant. And then yun nga, yung themes niya on feminism is still very relevant today, like with the upcoming elections, diba? So surprise, people are still very, there's still these misogynistic opinions that we shouldn't run for office kasi mahina, ganyan, dapat ang babae sa bahay lang, parang 2022 na but we're still hearing these things. So yun.
And it's interesting kasi yung film was 2015 siyang film, and the whole franchise actually started way earlier. So for George Miller to write something about women in itself is really progressive, no? And ang galing kasi parang tuloy ako, goosebumps. Kasi totoo, yung themes nga pala niya is apocalyptic. So, just like our state right now, nagaling tayo sa pandemic. Diba, syempre, nung full on yung pandemic, parang walang mga kotse sa labas, may mga nag-hoard. Tas yun. So wait lang, before I go full on my analysis, how about you, Karen? What did you think of Mad Max Fury Road?
Oh, for me, yeah, I like what he said. Initially, I just thought it was like a macho movie. Like all guns a blazing. And then when I saw the reviews about it and when people were talking about it, I was surprised that it was very female centric and that even if Mad Max is in the name of the movie, he's not even the hero. The hero is Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, who goes on to play in a role that I super love, one of my favorite movies, Old Guard.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like the precursor when I saw her kicking butt in this movie. I was like, okay. And then they announced Old Girl. I was like, okay, I can see it now. I think this is her path. Because in that movie, I think more of my perspective it was so nice to see like women of varying ages. Because, when you reach a certain age in showbiz, in Hollywood, they think you're too old, whereas men can just age infinitely. With younger and younger women as the years progress. So it was nice to see that like they were all varying ages, like in their 20s or 30. Of course, you had Charlize. I think she was in her 30s then. I'm not sure. I can't confirm. But she looks so hot for her age or any age whatsoever. It was nice to see that diversity as well, like different kinds of women are there. Usually when you have an action movie, you see like the token chick per se, like the only girl in that movie who's just there to like scream or like be the person that the hero's gonna save, like the trophy after he saves the world. But no, in this one, actually Mad Max kind of the first of Furiosa because she knows the lay of the land more. And they do have a lot of clashes. Although I think that reflects on real life because I know the whole issue with Tom Hardy. But I really love I'm skipping too much, but like I just love the ending of that film, where he just looks at her and like the first to her, like, what do you think? Right? So I was like, what are we gonna do? Like he wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna do this because I'm the dude. I'm gonna plan our like how we're gonna save the world. Pero no, he was like, okay, go ahead.
Yun nga, di ba? It's like, I mean, I don't want this to be political. Pero yun nga, it's basically the ending. It's letting women lead, di ba? So parang nasira na yung world eh. I mean, here in Mad Max Fury Road, di ba? Parang post-apocalyptic desert, talagang ano. And then, I was rewatching it kanina, yung water, ano sila sa tubig, ganyan.
Scarcity,
scarcity talaga. And yun nga, parang men destroyed the world, di ba? Parang gano'n. So, and then very, di ba? Nakakilaba talaga. And then, yun nga, parang si Immortan Joe, the antagonist, parang inano talaga nila na he really confined women to these roles na breeders, yung pang ano lang, para manganak lang, di ba? And then yung mother's milk, di ba yung ang haunting scene na yun, yung mga babae, tapos nag-express lang ng milk from them. Yung parang sobrang, di ba, parang gamit lang talaga, alam mo yun, yung mga women were really talagang, eto lang kayo, eto lang yung roles nyo, ganyan. So talagang this, and then, in the end, I mean, the wives, yung wives niya, they broke free. They wanted to, tama na, diba? So they really wanted to break their chains, diba? And so, yun nga, it starts with them, I guess, na putting their foot down na enough is enough. And then si Rosie Huntington, she's like Victoria's Secret, Whiteley. She's like Victoria's Secret model. To sobrang buntis na buntis siya dito.
Oo, grabe.
Sa movie na to. Yeah. Pero, she was still kicking ass and, yun nga, it was nice to see na ganun. Even if, she dies in the movie. Pero ano pa rin. really these women sila talaga yung bida sa movie. As Karen said nga, 'di ba? Mad Max, pero hindi naman talaga siya yung lead. Yeah. Parang support role lang talaga siya. Which is a nice surprise, 'di ba? Parang initially talaga when you go to see the movie, hindi mo siya expect. So, yeah, that was
nagsasalita masyado. Even sa script si Koya.
Oo, tapos yung I'd like to tackle din yung women, yung wives. 'Di ba usually, parang grabe no, parang yung outfits pa nila, parang it was meant for the audience to like stare at them. Tapos makita mo maya-maya nadudumihan siya, tinitear apart nila kasi kailangan nila pang self-defense, ganyan. Tapos at the same time, nadudumisa na sila. So parang, wow! Ayun, I was
all
saying...
white ka naman yung suot.
Oo, tapos parang nagkaroon siya ng metaphor or symbol. Teka, electric pa. Yung metaphor or symbol na parang, parang nadudungisan yung purity that they wanted to see on women by making them as slaves. Parang yun, parang may chains pa sila at at the same time, confined sila dun sa sasakyan. So parang, grabe yung metaphor, I remember this, although I see it every year kasi tradisyon namin yun ng sister ko na panoorin on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Kasi bagay siya sa New Year, parang wow, putok, gano'n. Gano'n. So yun. Bagong taon, gano'n. New Year, new thoughts, charot. But anyway, diba? Tapos parang, grabe, sabi ko, parang, even if this is actually how you would praise men somehow that they are able to understand writing women characters. Parang you can give it the kudos to them, but at the same time, I believe si Charlize, she had, and the rest of the girls, they also had an impact on what the dialogue should be, what the characters or how the character should be. Parang may nabasa akong ganun na parang that's how how you should actually work on a set. Kasi madalas, pag kunwari, may nagsasabi na, this is for women, this is a feminist film. Sometimes it doesn't come naturally. Pero ito, from start to finish, kahit may guns, kahit may mga bomba, kahit they're killing for survival, diba? And yun, yung mere act na naka-white sila, tapos unti-unti siya na-sustain. And it's not because they want to be dirty or what. It's because they have to be free. Alam mo yun? Parang till the end talagang naka-white pa rin sila and they keep their clothes on. So yun, parang ang ganda niyang metaphor for, for what a female movement should be. Na it's all about pushing for equality. Yan, for making sure that, we get treated the way we should be treated. So, very good.
I want to say then, thank you. I want to say then, I read recently lang, like, before tayo nag-start. Si George Miller, he really tapped into, I forgot the name, pero parang siya, specialist siya on abuses on women. Parang gano'n, may specialty siyang gano'n. So parang she really worked with the actresses na so that they could really come from this place of of people who were sexually abused kasi ganun talaga yung characters nila. And then I remember yung biro mo sila, they were being kept behind the boat. Parang talaga, parang possession talaga.
Yun, that's the word. Parang from possession to getting freedom. Max. The freedom. Tapos pati yung, alam mo yung parang, I mean, not to brag naman on other genders, pero parang it's really a fight about freedom. And survival. Kasi parang yung end nila is for them to find yung lugar na yun na if whoever you are listening, you've come to this point, there are spoilers. Pero yun, parang may sila, may agenda sila, not just for survival, but really for freedom eh. Tas for me, nakarelate, parang feeling ko, yung representation ng ibang genders is dun sa character ni Nicholas Hoult. Kasi siya, diba, anak siya ng abuse din or parang ganun. Basta parang slave siya na hindi niya alam.
Penny and Chrome.
Yes, hindi niya alam yung identity niya, kung saan siya. Kaya siya gano'n, na parang, sige, ito na yung I mean, he's pure, but it's all about violence kasi that's what he grew up in. So parang, for him, oo. So, yung pagdating niya dun sa goal na yon or end point na yon, for him, it was also something eh. It meant something din eh. Kahit na may nangyari sa kanya. Gano'n. Yun. So yun.
I think yung character ni Nicholas Hoult, yun nga, si Knox, parang ina-idolize nila si Immortan Joe, di ba? And then di ba? And then Immortan Joe is a really old guy na like, ang dami ng swords, ang dami ng, kumbaga, parang this ugly aged leader, pero yung mga tao sinasama pa rin siya. Di ba? Di ba talagang yung patriarchy talaga, and then kahit na itong taong to sinira na niya yung mundo, not really like sinira na niya yung mundo, pero di ba, like in the first part, yung nagpakawala siya ng water, tapos tigil niya yung water, tapos sabihin niya, huwag kayong ma-addict sa water, ganyan. So parang, pero people are still worshiping him, so parang talagang very very reflective of the times, di ba? Na parang may worship na nangyayari. Di ba? Bakit ganon? Pero, if it's, kung hindi nila magawa yun sa for a woman, di ba? Kasi nga, ganun, again, babalik tayo dun sa mga misogynistic na pag-iisip na ang babae, mahina, dapat nasa bahay lang, ganyan. So, talagang I didn't expect this movie na masyadong ang daming parallels in real life. Pero it's there. It's what it is. Kaya nga, so I guess that's why we're talking about it also, especially for Women's Month. So.
Tapos meron din yung, sige, go.
Ay, go lang din. Naalala ko lang kasi, Ses and Ika. So, he was mentioning about like an ugly, elderly, old man. And then this kind of circles back to what I'm saying, where old men get paired up with like young, beautiful women. In this movie, parang really tayo because those 5 wives are like para kay Immortan Joe. But if you look at it in the real world context, that actually happens. You have your child brides, you have dictators with like concubines. Although I don't want to, I'm not sure, it's a slippery slope for me. I guess it boils down to consent. Like, dapat consensual at saka equal and balanced siya. Like, I know there are some people who practice polyamory. If that's your thing, I will not judge, go lang. But if it's more like, parang enslaved silang freedom, then that I have a problem with. Lalo na with child brides, which is still a practice in some parts of the country. And that's what I kind of felt when I was watching it, like, utter disgust. Because I know this still happens.
Yes.
So,
and then, di ba, ang daming yung mga real life na mga literal sex slaves, yung mga kinukulong sa basement. Diba? In the US, ang daming ganung stories na they're rescued after 20 years. Tapos, diba, and then, so parang, when you watch Mad Max, isipin mo, parang napaka-outrageous ng story, ganyan. Pero, may mga siya eh. Yeah, oo. Kaya talagang mas nakaka-disturb talaga.
Yes. And, hindi ko na lang in-name drop kung sino yun. I mean, I guess we all three have telekinesis. We know who that is. Pero, grabe. Mayroon ako napanood na parang video sa Facebook. Sobrang random. Early 2019 or 2020 ko siya na video siya. Tapos it was Vice Ganda interviewing someone, and then he was asking, or Vice Ganda was asking someone na parang, may girlfriend ka na ba? Ganyan. And then I was like, I really didn't know how to feel about it kasi parang everyone was laughing and I was like, okay, tinanong ko lang siya kasi gusto ko malaman kung ano sasagot niya. And true enough, if it's all just branding, I feel like there's something really wrong about our culture na we find it funny when someone says, yeah, I have all 3 of them. Tapos parang si Vice Ganda, I mean, sometimes he can be very outrageous or may audacity siya to be shameless. But shame na siya doon kasi asked, alam ba nila na jowa mo sila? Tapos parang sabi, of course, sabi niya ganun. Yung iba, hindi. Pero wala sila mga gawa. Ganun yung sinabi, parang okay, and this is funny. How is this funny? Diba? So parang, and then, it's funny, also funny because people see Mad Max, they celebrate Mad Max Fury Road and say na, wow, it's one of the greatest films of the decade or century, whatever. Pero they don't realize na some of the things that happen there, it's an allusion to what really happens in real life, di ba? Na hanggang ngayon nga, continuous pa rin siya. So, and it's nice.
Paano ka?
Di ba? Ang galing
hininga ka talaga.
Ang galing, when you look back on it, it's a 2015 film. The material itself is like 20 years old already. Pero it's still resonant of the times. And it's both awesome and it's also sad. Kasi parang, we should have changed already, di ba? Since that happened. No. Nasad lahat. Hindi naman lahat sad. Dito kahit pa paano. Ay, what did you guys think of the ending? Parang, di ba yung ending niya, parang open for interpretation siya. I mean, it's open na parang, they succeeded. Pero at the same time, hindi ka sure kung napatumba ba nila si...
How do you sustain that victory?
Yes,
Which is
exactly.
Like in movies like Star Wars, like, okay, you won. Oh, and then what? Now
Yeah.
good.
No, what happens? Sige, equal na tayong lahat. So what happens next? Parang ganun, which is still a sad thing. Kasi parang, so kailangan may inequality para we have to fight for something. Ganun. Pero syempre, of course, this is not to dismiss that we really do have to fight for equality because it still exists. And it's something na parang condition siya sa iba sa atin or sa atin. Diba? Na parang,
I feel like if you don't feel it, or you at least benefit from the patriarchy, it's from your own privilege. Siguro if you're well off, and you don't see parang yung limitations, lalo na when you're at a certain, diba, you're at a certain level of earning or lack of earning, diba? Na you don't get a lot of opportunities unless you are connected to someone.
Yeah.
Pero kung ano ka lang, you're a woman, so wala kang connections, wala kang prior nakakilala. Like, it's so hard to just join an industry that's perceived as male-dominated. So that's actually something I've experienced like early on because I started being a video game editor mga early 2010. So at the time hindi pa siya kasagsagan ng mga video game streamers. Diba ngayon dami ng gamers, thank goodness. Pero nung time na yun, like I would get questioned all the time about the games I play just because of my designation, which I feel is unfair kasi I don't see like my male counterparts being questioned in the same way. So there's still that inequality, I think, in male-dominated groups.
Fields, yeah.
I don't know if you've experienced that as well. Ako talaga, like, that's why you always have to sound defensive. And then there's this stereotype na laging galit pag feminist ka. And like, how? I have to defend myself. And ganun
True.
eh.
This is why I like this. Kasi, I mean, not to offend anyone, of course. Pero kasi, it comes, a review must at least come from reality, di ba? So parang, it's really hard not to see this in the lens of the person it's somehow or somewhat dedicated for, di ba? Kasi parang, I feel the same way. I've been in positions na parang, or designations sa job na mataas, and then they question me like, oh, you're stressed, so it means everything you've done right now is emotional. Parang, no. And di ba, parang so pag babae, emotional yun. Pag nagalit ako, it means may period ako. It means stressed ako sa bahay. It means a lot of things. How about you didn't do your job? That's why I got that. Di ba? Ganun. How about hindi mo ginawa yung trabaho mo ng maayos? That's why I'm getting mad at you.
Pero
diba?
kapag guys yung ganun, maangas sila.
Ang man,
Di ba?
parang,
Astig,
wow, ang galing
ganyan,
mo.
di ba?
Ang
Yeah.
galing mo naman.
So
Nasabi mo yun
ironic
sa-
because I go ahead, sis. What you gonna say?
Hindi, yun. I was just agreeing na ang galing
Yeah, I
mo,
was
kuya.
gonna
Parang,
say- I was gonna say it's so ironic because most wars, like the war ongoing right now, has been started by men who are emotional.
yes.
Oo, di ba?
I
Exactly.
mean, most wars historically have been started because, they're feeling some type of way at najirit sila. So, ayan, we're
Ego.
Diba? It's always ego, and you don't see that with most women. So, I don't understand the stereotype at all. And the fact na it was an actual, like a so-called disease, diba? Parang hysteria is based on the female part. Hysteria, the word itself.
Yeah.
Because kasi sabi pa yung mga may toyo sa utak, which I really hate that term. Like it's a very female-centric na insult na pag nababaliw daw.
Gano'n. And sila din naman pagka tinutoyo sila. Diba? They start wars. Tayo pag tinutoyo, bigyan mo tayo ng chocolate or ng candy or sweets. Ganyan. Ako, dadaan ko sa food. Ganyan. Or water. But I'm not gonna start a war.
You mentioned nga like being peaceful, diba? So yun yung nagustuhan ko, just to tie it back to the movie. You have like a group of women and you know that there's a stereotype when you're with a bunch of women that they never get along, which we did not see in this movie. Everyone got along. It's like teamwork express and everyone was kicking ass or butt. I'm not sure if I can say ass, but like kicking butt. And like, ako nga, I realized I kind of had an internalized misogyny when I was first watching because I did not expect na these women are like naka-garb sila in gowns. Like, I did not expect na they would be like carrying arms and they would be the ones defending themselves. As in my head, I expected, okay, the story is gonna be like that Max guy is gonna save everyone. He's gonna save Shirley's. But no, I'm so happy to be proven wrong by this movie. I haven't seen kasi the other Mad Max movies, so I can't compare. So, I'm not sure. But I think from the trailers, I've seen kasi na talagang centric kay Max. So, I'm not sure about if this is like an outlier, this particular film in the franchise.
Ako, I'm in terms of like the film production, perhaps, I'm not sure what happened really there. Pero in my own experience sa production, it's okay naman na parang dito sa Pilipinas, kahit na paano, wala yung parang practices na nag-iikuhan pagka sa set. Nangyayari lang siya after the set na. So parang, diba? Parang, actually, I didn't expect to like the film kasi yun nga din yung impression ko. Baka it's so macho, it's so die-hard kind of thing. Although na-entertain ako sa die-hard. Pero there were times parang, yeah, sure, ganun na lang ako. Pero dito, grabe, parang, in fairness kay Mad Max, alam mo yung parang, ano lang talaga siya, ploy to showcase na, okay, aside from my problems, there's these problems. Parang ganun, no?
Pang-lure siya.
Pang-lure lang talaga siya.
Diba, it went beyond Max's problem. Parang okay, may inconvenience siya to start. Pero na-realizing there's like this greater thing, this greater problem, which I think in the context of the real world, which is so relevant in our country, na you have to like look beyond like your fence, your manicured lawn, alam mo yun, your privilege, and just see kung sino yung hindi nakikinabang at sino nahihirapan, because if ever a certain someone comes into power, you know what I mean? So, I like the flow rin of that movie. Na he helped not because, aside from siguro personal benefit, pero parang it went beyond that na rin. So, I like na how they all helped each other in that sense.
Yes.
Like something I wanted to see more of.
Correct. May isang part doon, yung parang they saw an oasis kind of thing. For me, ano siya, it was particularly symbolic kasi parang doon niya nawala yung goal niya. Na parang, ang goal niya, kailangan makarating siya sa dulo, kailangan makakuha siya ng resources, kailangan makita niya si nawala, di ba? Parang bigla sila naging single-minded na parang we have to get there, we have to get these women out of their situation, ganyan-ganyan. Yun lang. So, final thoughts na ba tayo? Or do you guys have any more ideas to ponder about that we could discuss about Mad Max Fury Road? Final thoughts, yan.
Final thoughts. Wait lang. Let me check. Kapag...
Yes,
Hindi na ako.
Aray! Alam niyo,
Nag-try ako mag-notes. Pero anyways, wait lang.
I'm so happy. Alam niyo guys, whoever is listening to us right now, sobrang pinaka-prepared sa amin, si Ika.
Ano ba yan? Grabe.
I'm honestly winging it. But it's such a, parang kumbaga tumatak yung movie sa akin na even if I didn't watch it in its entirety, I kind of saw clips na lang because I've seen the for matagal.
Yeah.
So just to review for this discussion, I just saw a bit. But tumatak talaga siya sa akin na it was not what was promoted, and I was happy that it exceeded my expectations.
Correct.
And,
Ako, I like that,
I really found out talaga through word of mouth. Like when people, and like actually particularly women were talking about Mad Max, dun ako napaisip, like, bakit kaya? Like usually kasi very misogynistic ang action films.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, dun ako na-convince manood action. Kasi nung initial talaga, I was not interested.
I think sa box office, it didn't do so well. Pero yun nga, critically acclaimed. And then, ang dami niyang, diba, nominations and awards. So parang word of mouth na din. And ayun, I guess, going back dun sa final thoughts ng movie, yun nga, it really starts with talagang wanting to break free. Parang really saying na enough is enough. And and talagang breaking free from the chain, sabi nga ni Sis kanina. Sobra talagang what's happening in their world, yung nangyayari dun sa, well, not just the wives, di ba, na ginawa, breeders pa nga yung tawag sa kanila. Even it's sad na yung the people there, yung ano ba yun, yung nag-aabang ng water and then worshipping Immortan Joe, parang sila mismo sa sarili nila, hindi nila maisip or hindi nila ma-question na bakit ganito yung sitwasyon ko. Tapos they're even worshipping Immortan Joe, di ba? But it was the 5 women na it was their move to break free from the change na nag-start where does the story progresses na yun nga, na it's time for a change. Yun nga, na talagang ayun, once all of the suffering, yun na nga, yung talagang sinabi nila na sobra na, tama na, doon talaga siya nag-start. And recalling that, na parang, I think it's like a wake-up call, a reminder for all of us na talagang when we really have to take a stand if we want this change to happen. So talagang it really embodies that talagang yung breaking free from the patriarchy talaga.
Nice. Ganda. Thank you so much, guys. So, ayun, Karen, I just wanted to ask din, parang, since na-mention mo kanina, you were a video game editor, parang parang yung times din ngayon, dati kasi nalala ko, before pandemic, kasi hindi ako nag-ML before, pero naglalaro akong video games. So ngayon, sobrang enthused ako sa ML because of the pandemic. Pero nalala ko, ayoko siyang laruin because of the Sando Girls. And whoever is listening now na isang Sando Girl, ayoko po kayong dautin. Pero talagang na-insulto ko na parang, so kailangan ko mag-Sando para mapansin ako sa streams, ganyan-ganyan. And I remember I also worked with a streamer before. Na parang ako, pwede hindi na lang siya sasayaw na naka-skimpy. I just want her to promote the film as a child. Kasi child pa siya, parang teen 14, 15, ganun. So I felt sad na parang does she really... Kasi ganun uso ngayon, parang, as in, sa TikTok, she just has to dance and then mag-stream siya and dance. Parang, and then I asked her to promote a film. Tapos parang kung kailangan ba niya sumayaw ng skimpy, pwede hindi na lang siya sasayaw ng skimpy. Ganun. So parang,
diba? And this is something so recent, diba? Recent lang to, pero ganun pa rin, diba?
Parang everyone's growing up too fast. I know they say that every generation, but I feel like the turnover is so much quicker right now because of the digital age. Nag-progress siya so much faster because we're all online right now out of necessity due to the pandemic. Everyone's streaming. Hopefully, people, I don't know, I'm just very overwhelmed with the progress. I mean, with that, kasi there's a certain kind of responsibility. But I also don't want to put it, a burden all on women because it's always on us anyway.
Yeah. So parang,
we have to hopefully the men, learn to be more respectful online. Like, since you do play ML, do you still see like people who are disrespectful, lalo na when they know it's a girl? Parang may certain way of treating them online, di ba, na parang feeling them they're so much better, or ipapaprove nila, sige nga, fan ka ba ng ML? Sino si ganon? Parang random trivia na parang nobody knows.
Yeah,
The
yes.
thoughts
And then,
mo
actually, yes. Kasi ginawa ko before, picture ko, hindi ko picture. Kasi naman ako, yung tawag dito sa data, yung privacy mo ba? Na parang, shit, pag nilagay yung picture dito, baka copyhin ng iba or what. But then I tried. Try ko kaya, experiment lang. Kasi, try ko kaya, picture ko. So, din lang yung picture ko na selfie, blah, blah. Maganda ako doon, makinis ako doon, ganyan. Try ko lang. Tapos parang iba yung attack na parang sabi nila, ano naman yun, bobo naman. Ganon siya, bobo naman yun kasi maganda lang, ganyan. And then I kicked their ass.
Ay,
So, sorry.
yun yung mga gusto ko yung natatalo mo sila, yabang kasi.
Oo, ganun. So, para ako, sabi ko, experiment siya, but at the same time, it's a harsh reality na, and yung kalabang ko yun, I tried to open mic. 13 years old lang siya. And then I was just trash talk. Well, trash talker din ako. So sabi ko, mag-module ka muna. Ginagawa ko siya. Tapos minamura niya ako. Tapos I can hear that parang nasa internet shop siya. Parang ako, hala, bata pa nakalaro ko. And I know it's a generational thing. Pero kasi we grew up in video games. So parang ako, shit, I feel so old. At the same time, bakit? Pwede ba maglaro? At the same time, oh my God, bata pa siya. Tapos pinamura na niya ako. Parang gano'n. So yeah, nasa-shock din ako sa...
culture na yan. Yung nagulan online. It's not a good look. I don't know. That's why we kind of have a rep internationally also. I'm not sure. I can't confirm.
Actually, kasi one time, may nakalaro kong Indonesian team sa ML. And rampant to sa mga chat rooms na
Pinoy, di ba tawag natin?
Oo, yung mga Pinoys, very noisy, ganyan. Tapos at the same time, yung mga Indonesians naman, weakling, ganyan. So, hindi ko sila binabash. Binabash sila parang, Pinoy ugly, ganyan. Parang, bakit naman Pinoy ugly? Tapos natalo kami, ganyan. Sabi ko, so totoo. Weak talaga sila, Char.
Parang kung sino pa yung sobrang ingay, siya pa yung hindi magaling yung skill set or nabibigyan na agad pag binalik mo sa kanya. So, I just noticed that a lot. And if I can add lang siguro sa Mad Max talk, just wanted to say na I'm glad na like this discussion, we have like a wonderful group of women in Mad Max, with their own different personalities, varying races and identity, diba, varying looks and shapes. Sana we see more of that in an action film. I know si Charlize has been doing a lot of action. I'm hoping that continues. I know kasi she has her own production house, kaya she is able to do this and she has that freedom. Parang nandun na siya sa level na yun, which is good na she's giving opportunities like that siguro to other women, hopefully. So I just want to see that kind of trend sa action films na it's less of like papasexy ka.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with owning your body, but there's something more than that na you're more than just being the damsel in distress. So that's what I want to see lang based on Mad Max na we see in the future.
Correct. Nice. Thank you so much, Kat. So ako, final thoughts. If whoever you are who's listening to this episode or podcast, do try and catch Mad Max on HBO. HBO Max, right?
Yeah, it's on HBO Go.
Yeah. Yes. So, try to watch this first and then watch mo si Mad Max na yung una. I haven't seen the first one, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Ako din, hindi pa.
Pero,
ang dami ng Mad Max movies.
Yung female Gibson, I think there are 3. Kasi Mad Max Fury Road is the 4th. And then, ngayon yung, I think,
ito na naman.
Yung under production na yata yung yung prequel starring Anya Taylor-Joy as the parang younger Furiosa.
Furiosa. Ooh, wow, interesting. So,
Buti naman, ako Max na naman. So,
Correct.
tayo.
correct. And I think it's safe to say this film, I don't believe in gazes, pero it kind of brought the female gaze. Ang daming female gaze dito na parang, you know, and it's not just subjective na parang they're looking at a macho guy. Kasi they looked at a macho guy pero hindi desire ang lumabas, but they wanted to see. So I hope, you know, this sort of develops the female gaze, you know, and also improves the male gaze na hindi lang tayo puro cute or there's nothing wrong with being cute or, you know, beautiful, ganyan. Yun. So thank you so much, gals. And thank you so much also whoever you're who's listening. So this episode will come out soon. So we do this every week for the whole month of March. If you guys would like to suggest more movies that you might want us to talk about in the women's perspective, yes, ganun. More, just send us a message. Tweet us at Third WCC on Twitter. Sa Facebook, we're Third World Cinema Club. Instagram, it's Film Police Reviews. How about YouTube? Where can they find you guys? Para pwede nila kayo i-tag, ganyan. You first, Ika.
Yeah, sige. So, yeah, please do like our page. That's Team Picheng. So, sa Facebook, Team Picheng. And then subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Team Picheng. And then for my personal accounts, it's at _Cheng all across. So, that's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yun. So, hope you guys follow, subscribe din yan.
Yay! How about you, Karen?
You can find me in the old issues of Quezon, 2010 to 2017. No, seriously, digitally, I'll share my personal account. So, usually on IG, so at Kraken_me. As in Kraken, like the
Kraken.
It's the name of so
As in, release the Kraken.
yes, yes.
Okay.
That's my nickname. So that is why, because I'm the unlike the meme, I feel like I use my Karen powers for good.
Yes. She's the Karen we like. Yes.
Yes, the Karen you like. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, gals. And thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you for having us.